Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about one-step linear equations. So the difference between an equation and an expression is the equal sign. So an equal sign is kind of like that divider between the left and the right side of an equation, and you can think of both sides as part of a scale. So what you ever do to one side, you do have to do to the other to keep the scale in balance. So if you take something away on the left side, you also have to take it away on the right. And that goes for adding things as well. So we do have a couple steps that we do need to take. So you need to add or subtract your constant to both sides. So you want to isolate your variable. So in this case, I used all x's just to make it a little bit more uniform and easy to understand. And you have to make sure it makes your equation balance by adding or subtracting on both sides. And then your last step is to isolate your solution. So let's jump right in. I'm going to switch over to a blue because everything's written in black. So this first equation is 2 plus x equals 9. Now I need to figure out what x is in order to make this true. So what that really means, something that is true in math, like a true statement or a true equation, means that both sides equal the same thing. So I have to take 2 and add it to some number in order to get 9. Well, to undo addition, I do subtraction. So if I look at the 2 here, because that's my constant, that's my number on the left side, it is positive right now. The opposite of that is going to be subtraction. So I'm going to subtract 2, and you have to do that to both sides. So it is very common for you to hear the term cancels out. So a lot of math teachers and students would say 2 minus 2 cancels out. It doesn't cancel out. It creates a 0. 2 minus 2 is 0. But I don't need that piece of information anymore. So I like to say, I don't need this information anymore. It is a little bit mathematically correct versus canceling out. So on the left side, since that 2 minus 2 is 0, I don't even need to write it. And I have just the positive x left on the left side. You have to have a positive variable. You cannot have a negative variable. And then 9 minus 2 is going to give me 7. So this is my solution, x equals 7. Let's try the one right next to it, problem B. So the same kind of concept here, but now we have a negative 10. It still does not change a method that we use. So I'm going to subtract 12 because it is a positive 12 right now because we can't see the sign. See you later, 12s. And I'm left with x equals. So what is going on the right side here is negative 10 minus 12. So negative 10 minus 12. You can use keep, change here, and it's really saying negative 10 plus negative 12. That gives me a negative 22, and that is my final solution. Let's look at problem C. So now my variable is first. So I have x minus 4 equals 30. So I want to get rid of that 4. So it's really subtracting 4 right now. So to undo it, I'm going to add 4 to both sides. I'm left with x equals 30 plus 4 is 34, and we are all done. Let's look at problem D over here. So D and E are going to be special cases. So this is when your variable is going to be a negative result. You cannot have a negative variable as your final answer. Your unknowns can't be negative. They have to be positive. So when we are done and we get a negative x equals, like we will in both of these cases, we have to switch the signs of everything. So I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to start by subtracting 6 from both sides. And I'm going to get negative x equals negative 4 here, because on the right side, it's 2 minus 6. So you cannot have a negative x value. So I'm going to switch all the signs. So I'm going to change this to a positive x. And on the right side, it is a negative, so I'm going to make it a positive 4. And I am done. Let's see what happens with E, our last problem. So I'm going to add negative 4 to both sides. And I'm left with a negative x equals negative 15 plus 4 is going to give me a negative 11. But I can't have that. I have to switch the signs on both sides. So it's going to be x equals positive 11. Another way you can think about this is you're really multiplying the entire solution by negative 1. So when you multiply something by that negative 1 or any negative number, it basically mirrors it over to the other side. So if you start with a positive, it brings it to the negative side. If you start with a negative, multiplying by a negative would bring it to the positive side. So we want a positive, so that is what I did here. If you're interested in a video of how to check your solutions, I will make a separate tutorial on that, so please stay tuned. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below if you have any questions for me. And make sure you share this tutorial with a friend who you think could benefit from it. Thanks for watching.